RVBN, The Rich Video Blog Network, home to weekly NFL predictions, great personality profiles, great professional wrestling video blogs, great sports video blogs, great MBTA video blogs, great top 10 lists of everything and anything video blogs, plus a whole lot more. Collection of my work goes back to June of 2014 on various social media websites. RVBN, the only video blog on the internet that matters. Time now is 8:04 in the evening, Berwick, Massachusetts. It's raining and about 76 degrees. It was so humid that when you get lots of oppressive humidity, it creates instability, and it could sometimes rain like cats and dogs. Some flash flooding occurred, but this is better than a blizzard. Some news to report on the RVBN Newswire. The Rockets and the Knicks are at the gold line to complete a trade for Carmelo Anthony going to the Rockets. Also, Adam Silver, NBA commissioner, says that the NBA season's going to start on October 17th this season because they want to try to eliminate 4 games in 5 nights with teams. And the first 2 games will be probably on TNT. Probably one of them are going to involve the Warriors. And also, Adam Silver said that there's no discussion about rebalancing the conferences or like playoff seeding anytime soon, even though the teams, the big name players, are going to the Western Conference, which that creates unfair advantage. And very, very sad news to report. Former professional wrestler Buddy Wolf passed away at the age of 77 due to dementia. Prayers to his family in this time of need. And that's about it on the news from the RVBN Newswire. Be back in a flash with my third and final video blog subject of the night, which will be about the WWE House Show card reveal from the world's most famous arena, Madison Square Garden, on September 21st, 1990. But first, hear this. Tomorrow on RVBN, 3 more video blogs for your entertainment. First video blog will be about ESPN host Wendy Nick's. Second video blog subject of the day will be about WCSH Channel 6 in Portland, Maine. Tell you the history about that. And the third and final video blog of the night will be about the WWE House Show card from Madison Square Garden on October 19th, 1990. RVBN. Get out! Sean Lucha's famous quote. I am back. My third and final video blog subject of the night is about the WWE House Show card review from the world's most famous arena, Madison Square Garden, on September 21st, 1990. This card was headlined by the Ultimate Warrior, the WWE champion at the time, and the Legion of Doom, Hawk and Animal, facing off against 3 members of Demolition, Axe, Smash, and Crush. Plus other exciting matches. This was live on the MSG Network, and it was called by Gorilla Monsoon, Bobby the Brain Heenan, and Lord Alfred Hayes for some matches. And here's what happened on this card. The first match was Dustin Rhodes, who was making his Madison Square Garden debut, facing off against Paul Diamond. This was a competitive matchup. Paul Diamond was a preliminary wrestler on WWE TV, but he made Dustin look great. Dustin wins with a combination of an elbow and a flying forearm, shades of his father with the elbow and the flying forearm, or El Pacho de Monte, or the flying burrito, what Bobby the Brain Heenan would call the flying forearm, Tito Santana's favorite move, in about 13 and a half minutes. The next match was Nikolai Volkov, who became a Russian who Love the United States, facing off against Sergeant Slaughter, who started his Iraqi sympathizer character. And this was about an 8-minute match. Slaughter kind of dominated Nikolai Volkov, who was, way over the hill. Sergeant Slaughter wins by the camel clutch. That's the Iron Sheik's favorite move in about 8.5 minutes. And they were pushing Sergeant Slaughter with this Iraqi sympathized character. The next match was Tito Santana, a leader, facing off against the Barbarian with Bobby the Brain Heenan in his corner. And this match was a back and forth match. Ending had Tito Santana do a flying body cross, but the momentum of his body cross had the Barbarian turn him over, and he pinned Tito Santana 1, 2, 3. Tito Santana was basically becoming a jobber to the stars at this point. It would be a year before he would be rebranded as El Matador. The next match was Marty Jannetty facing off against one half of Power and Glory, Paul Roma. It was supposed to be the Rockers against Power and Glory, but Shawn Michaels was on the shelf due to a knee injury he suffered at SummerSlam 1990. So Marty Jannetty faced Paul Roma. Hercules was in Paul Roma's corner, and this was a competitive matchup, back and forth. Ending of the match, Marty Jannetty was going for a slam, but Hercules swiped his foot, and then Paul Roma goes for the 1, 2, 3. The next match was rugged Ronnie Garvin facing off against Bob Bradley, substituting for Akeem, who left the WWE at this point. And Ronnie Garvin was basically a jobber to the stars on television at this point, but he beat Bob Bradley with the Garvin Stomp, and this was the last match Ronnie Garvin would wrestle at Madison Square Garden, so he went out a winner at the world's most famous arena. The next match was Ravishing Rick Rude with Bobby the Brain Heenan in his corner, facing off against Hacksaw Jim Duggan. USA. And this match was, about 10 minutes, typical Duggan Rude match. Ending had Rick Rude shoved the referee. You not lay hands on one referee in the WWE because you're automatically disqualified. And Jim Duggan wins against Ravishing Rick Rude. Unfortunately, this was Rick Rude's last match at Madison Square Garden. He was suspended by WWE President Jack Tunney for making bad remarks about the Big Boss Man's mother, but that was a storyline to get Rick Rude out because he had a paid dispute with Vince McMahon, and he left the WWE soon afterwards. And then the main event, it was a 6-man tag team match. It was the 3 members of Demolition, Axe, Smash, and Crush. Crush was making his Madison Square Garden debut, facing off against the WWE Champion at this point, the Ultimate Warrior, and Hawk and Animal, the Legion of Doom, who were making their WWE Madison Square Garden debut at this point. And this was, a typical 6-man tag team match. Lots of rough housing. Sometimes order was not restored because sometimes in 6-man tag team matches it goes crazy. But in the end, the Ultimate Warrior pin smash with a power slam and a shoulder block for the 1, 2, 3. This was Axe's last Madison Square Garden match. He was let go by the WWE in December of 1990, and the Axe and Smash are probably never going to go in the WWE Hall of Fame because they have a lawsuit against the WWE for concussions. And this Madison Square Garden house show card was an average one, C+. So there were some okay matches, but other times this was squash matches, and it seems like the Madison Square Garden cards in 1990 are having fewer and fewer matches. It seems like the talent roster of the WWE is kind of thinning out. And that's about it on that. I'll be back tomorrow, Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, and Google Plus with 3 more video blogs for your entertainment. Keep calm, everybody. I'm a Julie Button guy. Was mentioned on Julie Button's Facebook chats again. Julie's the best. Got the best legs in Orlando, Florida. Molly Wells by WCCO Wax and has nice legs. Elizabeth Hutzel, so stunning. She's the best. Amy Sweezy's awesome. Awesome Amy. Linda Church of WPIX channel. I love New York. Such a rocking coolest. Get the best legs in New York City. Papa Gives of ABC 11 Sweet Southern accent. Best legs in Raleigh, North Carolina. Mallory Brook of WMTW channel 80 in Portland, Maine. Roxanne has the best legs in Portland, Maine. Got mentioned on Mallory Brooks Facebook chats. Mallory's awesome. And Avi Woolley of WABI channel 5 in Bangor, Maine. Roxanne has the best legs in Maine. Bye now. See you tomorrow.